Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to your subject in CPT3 Fundamentals of Crop Science. So I hope you are done with your prelim exam. It's already posted, and some of you have already submitted here, and one of you have not yet submitted. So to continue with our previous discussion, we are already on Unit 4, and under this is the land preparation. So I already posted half of the discussion about land preparation, which is here now. So last time we talked about the definition of land preparation, the different aims of land preparation, the different types, whether it's wet or dry, and the different characteristic and the different procedures in upland or highland. And we also discuss about the types of tillage operation, wherein we have primary tillage, secondary, seedbed, and intertillage. So in here, we only discuss about up to primary tillage. And we talk about the different implements used, the different procedure, and the different outcomes of the primary tillage. Now we are already on the secondary tillage, which is composed of any work or working completed after the primary tillage. So there will be of course, primary tillage must be done first before you undergo secondary tillage. And this time it's shallower and less aggressive. And this includes the operations performed after plowing, such as the leveling, the dicing, and the harrowing, and others. So let me just present this. So to continue, the secondary tillage implements composed of the following. Now we have the peg tooth harrow, the disc harrow, the tine cultivator, the rotary tiller, and the interrow cultivator. So this is the photo of the peg tooth harrow, and this is using animal and two-wheel tractor powered systems, and also for second workings, such as soil puddling and land leveling. So another implement is we have the disc cultivator. It is used in the dry fields and upland situations. And very aggressive action of the plow gives good weed control and cuts and buries crop residues. So this is the disc cultivator, and it's easily identified from the peg tooth harrow, because it's just like a tooth or a teeth, while a disc is forming is the cultivator is round. And the last one, we have the tine. The tine cultivator, as shown in the photo, is used for secondary tillage and as a seed drill at the same time. And it's used for dry working situations. It will cut the soil rather than inverting the soil, and it will also kill weeds by cutting and lifting the weeds to the surface. And we have also the rotavator for secondary workings and especially seedbed preparation in upland, both and flooded fields. And this is very aggressive, which pulverizes the soil and buries weeds and crop residues. So you can also see this in a video link that I'm going to present to you. So, and you can also watch later. So the next type of tillage is the upland tillage. It's under aerobic soil conditions, of course, and for non-puddled soils, without freestanding water and in the fields. It's too dry soils will not till easily, in clay soils, the large clouds may also be formed. It's very wet, near soil saturation, smearing and soil sealing can become also a problem. Water erosion can also be a problem, and plowing on the contour is recommended. So I will be talking about upland conservation system on the later part of this discussion. And we have the seed bed preparation as shown in the photo. It's for the germination of seeds and growth of grass called as seed bed. So it's a special preparation. Last time I have shown you a video, and I will also post the link later on it's actually a how to prepare the seed bed for rice fields. And this includes harrowing, leveling, compacting the soil, preparing irrigation layouts such as basins, borders, rides, furrows, and etc. And this is carried out by using hand tools or implements like harrow, rollers, plank, rider, and etc. And we also have another one for intertillage. This is carried out in the standing crop already and after sowing or planting and prior to the harvesting of crop plants. So this includes gap filling, thinning, weeding, mulching, top dressing of fertilizers, hoeing, earthling, and etc. So it's also shown on the photo. So there are, when you do tillage, there are also patterns involved. This will reduce the time spent in non-productive work and minimize the number of turns and maximize the length of tillage runs. So we have the so-called circuitous, up and back, headland, and working inlands. So what are these? This is the so-called circuitous pattern wherein you start in the outer portion of the land, going center, just in a square direction of depending on the shape of the land and up to the center. And this is used with mold boards, disc, and offset disc. Most animals are also accustomed to this kind of pattern. And it will end up with a large cutout furrow in the center and will difficult to drain and get an even depth of cultivation. So that's the only problem. For up and back or headland pattern, we have, it will run parallel to each other. So if you start here shown on the figure, then you're gonna just run up and back or headland. So used for tying implements, rotovators, harrows, and reversible plows. So most field efficient system and if equipment is correctly set and operated, should not leave forests in the field. So this is also very efficient and equipment is correctly set up. And hi Oliver. Sorry, I have started because I have limited time today, so I have to the time. So actually, you're the first class. So I will be asking you questions or in the discussion. But for now, mute your microphone.
Dungog ko mo, ma'am? Nadungog ko ni mo?
Oo, pakimute lang sa kay if wala kay question then pakimute lang sa kay saba imong background. So anyway, so I just have talked about the different in continuation of last time, which is land preparation. We have now the secondary tillage, and now these are the different patterns used for tillage patterns, no? So again, tillage patterns, we have circuitous pattern, up and back, and the last one is the land system. So as you can see, this is plowing to begin in the center of the field and works up the edges. So unlike circuitous, which you started from the outside, and in this land system, you actually start in the center or in the middle and then going out like that, as shown on the figure. So until you are out. And this requires measurement of the field to establish the center point. So unlike for the circuit tools, you can just immediately start at the outer anywhere. But for this, you need to identify first which is the center. So use with all types of plows also, whether this type or pine cultivator, whatever. So that's land system. So before we proceed, Oliver, have you experienced doing plowing or tilling using perhaps draft animals or carabao?
Yes, ma'am. Karabaw, ma'am.
So, isang pattern yung ginagamit.
Ma'am,
Which of the patterns mentioned you are using when you use the carabao?
yung number, ay, kaning, number 2, ma'am, kanyo. Kaning kadua.
This one. So, up and back lang or headland pattern.
Yes,
So, that's
yes,
all.
ma'am.
And also very efficient. So, now the use of animals has also advantage. No, this include cheap to maintain. In Philippines, we use carabao, but in some areas um like some other parts in the world, they use actually, like in Europe, they use actually cows. So before I forgot, I will, okay, to continue, it's also multi-purpose use for meat and milk, no? If you use the cow, even in the, have you gone to Bukidnon, CMU?
No, ma'am.
So meron silang actually milk made from sa tawag ani carabao. So have you heard of that?
No, ma'am. Wala pa ako ka ma'am.
So ano
Dunga ka na.
tawag ka ng gatas or meat na carabao. But anyway, most of our milk came from cow, no? And
Sa kaka na, ma'am. Baka lang, ma'am.
sa carabao, nakatilaw na ka?
Wala pa, ma'am. Sa baka lang.
Medyo naka CMU usually, or maybe maski sa Davao siguro. No, but in CMU, they actually really process carabao milk. And medyo langsa lang yun siya. Murag kwan gani sa goat. So, and it's also important for self-replacement and manure production. So, instead na ikaw ang mag-araro, no, manual. So, and also as added fertilizer. However, there are disadvantages like have limited daily working hours because you cannot use the animal to work whole day, and it needs feeding, need protection against pests and diseases, and it's sometimes slow, of course, and high person to power ratio and limited range of working conditions. Say if it's rainy or too hot, you cannot use animals, and also requires training, no? So I bet ikaw, Oliver, kabalo na jud ka mo gamit og kanang carabao.
Yes, kabalo na, ma'am. Tungkuhan. Baba pa magpuyo.
So actually, I have not really used it in long hours, no? I just have tried the carabao just for a try since it's so I cannot claim it as a skill. Pero and I understand it requires training just like when you do horseback riding or masawad lang siguro kung musakay og carabao pero kung mag-ano na jud mga once or
Magdaro.
magdaro mga once or twice or siguro po naka-try, and it's just a try, no, because it needs skill, and
Yes, ma'am.
kung ikaw naka-try na jud ka kadang pila ka hektarya imong nadaro?
Gamay, rata mamay ka. Sa sa tunga. Ay, tunga. Isag tunga. Dero. Ana.
At least makapanghangop ka ana kung puhon.
Gan. Pero di pa basta-basta mamay. Sa ngawuya.
Kaya nga, so I cannot claim it as a skill talaga. So anyway, we can also use ourselves as a human power, and this include land preparation, including plowing, no? I have shown you one, 'di ba, na ginagamit, and you have mentioned last time in our discussion na you have seen some implement na ginagamit na ang tao talaga ang magplow, no, instead of animal. And we also do also soil leveling, constructing leaves, and drains. And also for plant establishment, pest control, crop harvesting, and even transporting and grain processing. These are all human power. So these are just examples of the tools and equipment that we use, no? And of course, you have seen this in real, like the rakes, we call this fork, hoe, spade, and shovel. So each of it's each of that have each own use now depending on the type of soil. The trowel, the hand fork, of course we have the sprinkler or watering can, mower, wheelbarrow, hose, sprinkle, and a lot, no? So I actually have another one here. This is a very old equipment made from wood. Although sa bahay ni Rizal, kada na sa bahay ni Rizal sa Calamba, Laguna.
No, ma'am.
So, but have you seen that museum in some photos? So, meron silang mga old talaga na mga naka ano talaga siya doon, naka-display, naka-keep siya na naasilay ka ng mga old na kusina, katong ilahang lutuan. But I have, aside from that, I have not seen in Philippines, although we might have, no? But in real, hindi ko talaga nakita yung mga kagaya nito. These are agri tools that is I have found in in Germany museum. So you can see this is made of wood, no? So human power, as I have mentioned, this includes even like plowing, harvesting, planting, and grain processing. So both the use of machine have both advantage also or disadvantage. Like it's a multi-purpose vehicle. So kung mupait na lang kagsakyan, Oliver, ang imong paliton na lang kay kanang tractor, no?
So, sa pangko ano,
Ang di lang pang bukid.
pangko sa farm. Gamit kay sa farm, ma'am.
Yes. So but however it's costly, no? It's also expensive. Like one tractor can cost 500,000. Although naapoy mga 300,000 maybe 2 million depende sa ano kadako niya og iyahang model. And but the advantage of using a tractor or machine is that it operate in harder conditions than animals or humans, no? Like you know, working, you can use it or do it for the whole day for 24 hours if you want, and operate in both wet and dry conditions, so you don't bother if it's too hot or too if raining, and fairly simple mechanical design. So madali lang siya matun-an. Kung kabalo lang ka mo drive, actually in the school where I graduated, we have tried how to use or to drive the tractor, pero try lang yapon siya, no? So I hope you can also, have you experienced using tractor, Oliver?
Wala po ka wala po ka experience.
Or maybe in the field or wherever opportunity you can have. So sa inyong ano, sa inyong engineering or agricultural mechanics, you are supposed to discuss about that and or try one, no? But then
Yes, ma'am.
another disadvantage of the use of machine is that the operator fatigue, no? Ang pag-operate. And although ride-on versions are now available. So, ang how to operate lang. But it's just simple. If you know how to drive a, a tricycle, motorcycle, then so much more you can do also with four-wheel driven equipment. So these are the examples of the different machines. From simple one, this is a rotavator, tractor, no, and another rotavator. So this is just the kind of implement used and the different conditions. So if it's wet condition or submerged, you can use the carabao or hand tractors, and with this following implement, and the different characteristic, whether it's how many days to comply, no, like to complete, like 20 Mondays, no, and how many hectare per 8 hours of plowing. So these are just to show specific information on this. And also for dry condition, you can use carabao, hand tractors, or four-wheel tractors using moldboard plow. So moldboard plow talaga ang pinaka implement na ginagamit natin. And we also the peg tooth harrow or spike tooth harrow, and so on. And in the upland tillage, you can use ox or bullock, yung kanang katong who kanina, hand tractor also, and others. So we call them conventional tillage when you use machines and even manual, no? So there are also some conservative people in the world that do not agree with conventional tillage. So for these reasons, when we say conventional tillage, they are mechanized, no, or the traditional one we just use implement using manually. And for conservation tillage, wala talagang tillage. And although there is agriculture on that, but in speaking of tillage, on slot planting lang and mulch tillage and strip or zonal tillage, ridge tillage, or no till on ridges, and reduce or minimum tillage, no? So yan ang mga example. So for conventional tillage system, can be mechanized, as I've said, or traditional. So anong difference ng dalawa? Pag mechanized, mechanical soil manipulation of an entire field versus manual labor using native tools like cutlass and hoe. And for mechanized system, you plow using, and also harrowings, no, one or more. And while for traditional, clearing is non-exhaustive, leaving cover on the soil and the root system. But for new tillage, which is the conservation tillage system, there is only one pass, planting and fertilizer operation. After that, you just wait for the harvesting. So ganun lang, no? Kung sa tua, tinapulan siya, but actually for some people, conservative people, this is they prefer this kind of tillage because they believe that in this reference, the soil and the surface residues are minimally disturbed, and it will eliminate all pre-planting mechanical seedbed preparation, and you just only open a narrow strip or small hole in the ground for the seed itself, and to ensure that the seed will grow. So, ganun lang siya. Igo lang ka magbutas para sa seed. While the weed control are done through herbicides and crop rotation. And the soil surface is covered by crop residues, mulch, or killed sod. And these are appropriate for loamy soils in the humid tropics. And these have been done in wheat, in coffee, and others in USA. However, the adoption, of course, is low because it's not so applicable for commercial production. And for no tillage, we have both advantage and disadvantage. One advantage is it's more effective control of soil erosion, and that's true. While it also increases water storage, lower energy costs per unit of production, and they also claim that it has higher grain yields. However, the disadvantage of course is the chemical fallow and the heavy use of herbicides for weed control. Kasi for no tillage, nagagamit ka pa din ng herbicides and of course fertilizer. However, you just don't till the soil or plow the soil. And we have another system which is mulch tillage. And you know what is mulching, right, Oliver? Oliver, are you
Yes, ma'am.
what is mulching for you? Have you heard that before?
Yes, ma'am. Kaya nakatry mi na ma'am ka sa sila ng example, ma'am, ka ng bunot dito sa lubi, ma'am. Tapos imo tantay sa saging. Tantay sa saging, imo siyang yeah, pwede pa bunot or ng plastic na silupin, ma'am.
Yes, very good.
Para makapit para ang weeds niya di nakatubo, ma'am.
Yes, very good. So that is an example of a conservative tillage system. And
Yes,
it
ma'am.
will cause least soil disturbance. As you have mentioned and described in your prior knowledge, no, it will also leave the maximum of crop residue on the soil surface, and it can obtain quick germination, adequate stand, and satisfactory yield. And it's true. And
Wait,
this
pa siya, ma'am.
Yeah, and this will use chisel plow, shredded crop residues to break open on hard grass or hard pan in the soil. And this has been done in any crops, no, but popular in coffee, banana, wheat, barley in USA. So another one is the strip or zonal tillage, no, and the seed bed is divided into seedling zone and soil management zone. So naka-divide lang siya. The seeding zone has 5 to 10 centimeter wide. For instance, mechanically tilled para lang for soil for germination and seeding establishment. And the interrow zone is left undisturbed, and it's being protected by covering mulch. And this also achieved by chiseling in the row zone to assist water infiltration and root proliferation. So that's strip or zonal tillage. So another one is the ridge till. The soil is also left undisturbed prior to planting, and 1/3 of the soil surface is still at planting, and with sweeps or row cleaners. So for ridge till, the planting of row crop is done on preformed cultivated ridges. So meron siyang ridges, and the ridges are the one which are planted with the plants. And this has been done with maize and soybean production in USA, where and of course weeds are controlled using herbicides. And lastly, the reduced or the minimum tillage. So although halos, if halos synonymous lang lahat ng pangalan, but each has different qualities. For reducer minimum tillage, the tillage and cultivation system not covered above but means the 30% residue requirement. So this has been done in Africa. So another the minimum or zero tillage or no or minimal tillage before seeding or planting is used in annuals and perennials regardless of cropping system. Use of herbicide, mulch, or burning to remove weed growth, and this is done prior to seeding or planting. And as I have said, you just have to wait for the harvesting afterwards. And for rice upland naman or secondary upland crop like mung bean, soybean, cowpea, and sorghum. So this is sown before harvest of main crop without land preparation is done. And if you use the rice sequence, shattered grains like the indica rice type, this is done before and during harvest, not to germinate without land preparation. And other some rice-based system, the compaction is done, the soil solids are rearranged, and compression of liquid and gas within the soil pores change the bulk density and porosity, while the benefits of paddling on the soil structure and weed control attained without actual paddling, actually using this. So another is reduction in production costs due to land preparation, and of course land preparation is very costly, and reduction in soil infiltration and erosion, in especially sa sloping areas, and residual moisture during harvest. Rice can be utilized to support another crop for upland. So there are also some erosion control, like the minimum zero tillage, the contour plowing, tillage along the slopes, and bench terracing, such as using stone walls or leaves and others. So if you are to decide, are you pro tillage or zero tillage, Oliver?
Pro tillage, ma'am.
No tillage ka.
Ay, may tillage, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
So,
So
drilling.
it's actually depends on your whether you are for commercial purpose or for for just for farming, traditional farming. So anyway, for tillage naman, it has various advantages: improves aeration, incorporates crop residues, facilitates root penetration, and wait lang. For zero tillage naman, it improves soil structure, maintains soil organic matter, supports soil organism, and prevents soil erosion. And also, tillage will suppress weeds without using herbicide. So whatever, the lesson is that the soil cultivation should be positive, can be positive or negative impact on the soil fertility, but when you do frequent tillage, well, we have to admit that it can lead to decrease of soil organic matter and nutrient losses and soil erosion. So as an agriculturist, we should always aim soil cultivation in a minimum disturbance for soil life. So we also have to conserve our natural environment, and so we should know how to conserve. So this is just a funny conversation, no? Because this is supposed to be the worms saying that he has to find the ears, no? So I have here various ways to control soil erosion. This includes cover methods, and this lists down mulching, green manure, mixed cropping, intercropping, early planting, crop residues, agroforestry, and minimum cultivation. While the second one is our barrier methods, which are example, man-made terraces, contour plowing, contour barriers, natural terraces, and medias lunas. So what are these medias lunas? These are actually from Bolivia, and it's our system for reclaiming badly eroded land. These are just crescent-shaped depression built in a sloping land, and these are built during rainy season, no? And the ridges made can be compacted well. So this will, because the crescent will collect the rainwater and soil, and the trees, usually legumes, because they can provide nitrogen, are planted when the next rainy season begins and protected by the thorn branches for grazing animals. Okay, and after 3 to 4 years, each media luna will be covered with vegetation. And later, as the soil continues to improve, crops may be grown in the medias lunas. So is this a term? Medias lunas is just a term, is a Spanish term, although this is in Bolivia. It's in South America, but they are, that they are Spanish speakers, so they term medias lunas, but the form is actually crescent. And this is another typical sloping agricultural technology, land technology, or we call them salt or farm. So have you seen this before, Oliver?
Yes, parang nakita na ako na, ma'am.
Diba sa
Salt.
sa hagan
So,
iban.
ito meaning salt, ma'am. Sustainable.
Yes, there are salt 1, 2, 3, 4, no? With yung ibang. So this actually an example of the salt in the nakaadto na mo dere sa MBLRC.
Sa, digos may ata, bro, kita, digos, banda may ata.
Yes.
Huh?
So this is the
Bansalan?
yes, this is the photo of the of what is shown in the figure, no?
So, ito meaning sa salt, ma'am. Sustainable.
Sloping agricultural land technology.
Sloping agriculture.
Sloping
Land technology.
agricultural land technology or SALT.
Ada, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
So this is just only up to here actually. No, this is the end of our topic. So do you have any this one actually is the salt that I have. Of course you understand how is the different crafts arranged, no? So this is the ridge. This is for sloping. Kailangan mo mahanap yung kanyang contour. Ito yung tinatawag na contour, yung ridge niya. So first on the lower level, you can plant permanent crops like the cocoa, and then on the next level or contour, you can plant seasonal crops, no, like for 3-month crop like vegetables, and another next to that contour is permanent crops like banana and double rows of legumes or nitrogen fixing trees, no, like the mother de cacao, and then permanent crops like citrus, then seasonal crops again like mung bean and coffee, and at the top you have to maintain the mini forest because trees are very important in the conservation of water and also for land. So this is just the actual photo that is found in in Bansalan, Mindanao Baptist Rural Life Center. So do you have
Sa
any
ginatanong na, ma'am. Sa ginatanong na pang kontor.
kani siya kanang mga soybean kay nitrogen fixer magandang soybean. And say tree kanang madri cacao is also a lithium or nitrogen fixing.
Okay, ma'am. Katong sa ito tawag tong kalimot ko, ma'am, sa tong wala tong
Ginakaon sa
pangalan.
ginakaon.
Tong para mugunit jud og maya sa yuta mo ba. Kalimot ko, ma'am, pakaon no tong sa kandi.
Oh, sige, sige. I also know that and I just forgot the name. So some more question before we end.
Wala naman, ma'am. Kato lang ako mga tana.
So actually, I have shown before, naman kag last time, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I have here a link that you can watch. So you can,
Video na, ma'am.
yeah, you can see in video the actual, ano, how the different land preparation in for rice on instance is used. But most are just the same. It's just that the land for rice for lowlands with the amount of water or ano lang siya anaerobic. So please have time to watch this video because we don't have much time. Although we still have time kay di ba ingon ko mo stop ra ni siya.
Okay, ma'am. Opo, ma'am.
Pero
Stop it.
kung duha ra ta ka participant dili din na siya mo stop pag ano lang more than 3.
Okay, ma'am.
So if you want, we can watch it together or you want to watch it on your extra time.
Yes, ma'am. The rice farming completely.
So, kanang ikaw na lang magtanong ana sa link.
Nasa, wala maunam, no? Stream.
Another sa under unit 4, another material.
Okay, ma'am.
So we can check actually.
Want to achieve a better harvest or perhaps a bigger income? Follow the Atlas Fertilizer package of technology for rice. Produces healthier rice plants and a plentiful yield. Quality and abundant harvest creates better income. Land preparation would take about 3 to 4 weeks. Flood the field with water to soften the soil. This is also to avoid unwanted weeds from growing. Filling the field with water can be rain-fed or by irrigation. Plow the land either by using a hand tractor or a carabao attached with a plow. This is done to turn over the soil and bury weeds as well as the remains of the previous crops, allowing these materials to be incorporated into the soil and to be decomposed. When the land has been plowed, harrow the fields twice at a 1-week interval. This is done to smoothen the soil and to achieve better tilth for a better growth of the rice plant. The field then should be leveled evenly using a wooden plank or leveler. This is to make sure that the field is flat and for water to be evenly distributed in all parts of the field. Planting can be done in 2 ways, either by transplanting pre-grown seedlings in seedbeds or by direct seeding. For direct seeding, pre-germinate the seeds by submerging the seeds in water for about 24 hours. Then incubate the seeds for another 24 hours. Broadcast then the seeds evenly throughout the field. Drain the field from 0 to 9 days after sowing to have good seedling emergence. For transplanting, prepare a small portion of the field for a wet bed. Preparation of seed beds are done simultaneously or even before land preparation. This is where the seedlings will be grown for 15 to 21 days before it can be uprooted and transplanted. Maintain around 2 to 3 centimeters water depth to prevent hardening of the soil during seedling pulling. Uproot rice seedlings for transplant by holding 2 to 3 seedlings close to the root, then gently pull out the seedlings towards you. Rice seedlings are now ready for transplant. Transplant uprooted seedlings manually by planting them in rows with 20 by 20 centimeter spacing at a depth of 2 to 3 centimeters. The quantity of fertilizer to be applied can be attained through the Atlas Rice Crop Manager. Atlas Rice Crop Manager, or RCM, also provides farmers with personalized guidelines depending on their rice variety and location. Broadcast fertilizer evenly into the field. This provides for nutrients needed by the rice plant in the early stage of growth or the tillering stage. Late application will slow down the growth of the rice plant and will reduce yield. Controlling the emergence of weeds be done as needed by spraying herbicide. Spraying can also be done before planting to prevent further development of weeds. Top dress is done when the rice plant is reaching its panicle initiation stage. This is about 35 to 55 days after planting, depending on the rice variety used. Apply top dress into the field evenly. Top dress provides nitrogen and potassium, plus sulfur, calcium, and chlorine. With these nutrients present in top dress, rice plants have a strengthened resistance against pests and diseases and will survive unfavorable weather, all leading to better yield. Applying top dress too late can result in decreased yield and poor harvest. Pests can be prevented by monitoring the fields regularly. Early detection of possible pests and diseases is important to control these before causing damage. At the instance of a pest and disease incident, consult an agronomist on how to address the problem. Water must be maintained at 3 to 5 centimeters throughout to avoid emergence of weeds. 1 week before the expected harvest time, drain the field if there is still any standing water to hasten uniform grain maturity and facilitate harvest and post-harvest operations. Rice crops must be harvested when 80 to 85% of the grains are ripened or have a golden yellow color. Harvesting can be done manually using sickles and scythes, or mechanically with the use of a mechanical harvester. Harvesting the crop on time is very important to maximize yields and grain quality. Crops harvested too early will have grains that break easily and a poor milling recovery. If crops are harvested late, grains may fall from the panicles, leading to losses. Follow the proper package of technology to maximize yields and minimize loss. Proper practices will lead to better harvest, leading to a better farmer's life. Atlas Fertilizer Corporation, the country's top leader in soil-specific, crop-specific fertilization technology.
So, I guess that's all for the different mention na mga land preparation na sa rice production. So, balik ka to nga video, parang ginawa or supported by Atlas, yung fertilizer company na sila. So, do you have any more concern? Nakasubmit na ba ka sa prelim, Oliver?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am. Ito na PM na ko si mga di ko ka na tong sa sa GC. Sige, PM na ako nimo. Ma'am?
I-upload mo dere.
Di na ako mabutang niyo, ma'am.